Vince and his son Shane enter a cathedral, which appears to be Vince's first time. He compliments the decor and asks Shane to check them in. With that, he hands Shane a credit card, and Shane just looks at it and looks back at Vince and says,
"It's cash only."
Cash only? What kind of outfit are they running here?
They do this really cinematic transition to the next room, as Vince admires the receptacle.
What are you doing? You don't wash your hands.
However, Vince instead cups some of the water and consumes the blessing fluid and spits it in the air, mimicking Triple H.
I don't know how the hell he does that.
He then straightens his suit and references them rolling out the red carpet for him. Vince begins talking to God.
God, it's me! You know, when you think about it, we have a lot in common.
God created the world.
I created World Wrestling Entertainment.
God created Adam and Eve, and Vince McMahon created
Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and people like that.
I mean, if you guys think about it, on the seventh day, God rested. But to Vince,
I don't believe in a day off, which means that I may have actually a stronger work ethic than you do.
Lastly, he mentions how God casted the devils down to the fiery depths of hell.
Cast down Ted Turner right out of business.
He then mentions that God has his disciples, including Shawn Michaels. And much like God, Vince too has his 10 commandments, and he begins to pull them out, which were written on the back of a photo of himself.
I'm the boss, and there are no other bosses before me.
So the gag is that Vince's 10 commandments were edited by one of his rivals as he mentions the actions that happened at WrestleMania.
Shawn Michaels broke all my commandments, and now we'll face the backlash.
And now, son Shane will recite a prayer.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, except for Mr. McMahon and his disciple. Mr. McMahon, whose tanned, well-toned body supersedes that of a normal 60-year-old, whose mighty grapefruits produce the life-giving semen that spawned me dead. This is good.
Shane then stops as Vince concludes with a message to Shawn. At Backlash, Vince will unleash the apocalypse on Shawn, as he insists for people to praise him in the name of Backlash.
Blessed be the name of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Have the holy glasses, please.
So following that very intriguing cathedral scene, lore has it that Shane McMahon asked his father a very serious question. Hey yo Pops, get real with me now. Will Mr. McMahon go to hell? A fine question, my spawn.
Nah.
McMahon is here today to set the record straight. He starts to indirectly ask the crowd of their thoughts on such a matter. Despite the negative wisdom of the crowd, McMahon capriciously denies such a fate. To Vince, the obvious answer to that question is no. You wanna know why? Because frankly, he was there this morning.
Unfortunately, my driver got lost and we wound up in East St. Louis.
The crowd begins to boo as I prepare a Hot Pocket.
Don't confuse that. You see, I believe in all religions. They're basically all the same.
But here, he is to propose a new religion, a belief system that harbored McMahon to his success, and that is...
It's McMahonism. Now, the concept of McMahonism is very simple, and that is that I am the Lord, the Master and God of all sports entertainment.
And whether you are in the ring or paying for tickets, you are indirectly worshiping Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Vince then displays a series of photoshopped images of Mr. McMahon infiltrating these precious religious artifacts.
I assure you this is not boring.
It's the theology of the masses, you see? Who would live by his famous lines, screw on to others before they screweth on to you? He pleads to join his Totally Not a Cult as the doors to McMahonism are now open.
You will worship me!
But then Vincent begins to change tone and calls out Shawn Michaels, calling him as the one man who will not convert God. As McMahon progressively gets redder, he pleads that if he is telling a lie, then let God strike him down. He demands to be shown a sign, and boy did he get one. He starts to ask to get praised, and then he gets kicked in the face, guys. That's what happened. After that very necessary sudden blow, McMahon is backstage mumbling. He then bumps into Triple H, who asks him if he is alright and maybe he should lay off some of that God stuff.
Hey, God will show a sign tonight! He'll show a sign tonight!
McMahon remembers the words feeble go across his mind as his anger boils into disdain.
I see and hear everything. What was it you said last week?
As he crafts the second handicap match in a row to involve the main feud of Edge, John Cena, and Triple H. Triple H's face describes a combination of God damn it and God damn it. Coach also tries to play heel.
And he's found peace.
Oh, whatever. Michaels is a heathen, deserves to get beat.
A
beat
heathen?
down bad. Yeah.
What do you mean a heathen?
A heathen if you don't convert to McMahonism?
But we try not to talk about that. So following the establishment of McMahonism, McMahon begins to obtain some worshippers. Sitting in his office, he gets a surprise visit from
Fernando Alejandro Estrada.
I can't roll my R's, guys, I'm sorry. But he has become interested in what you call
Como se dice?
McMahonism, as he insists on the donation of Umaga. Now, if you guys don't know who Umaga is pretty fucking cool, okay? So he's from America Samoa. He's an absolute powerhouse who is known for going on unstoppable rampages in the ring, as you will be able to see. The thought of a match between Umaga and Shawn Michaels took the interest of Mr. McMahon. He agrees, and Estrada exits the room.
Yeah, you bet. Okay.
Mr. McMahon!
Following his departure, Shelton Benjamin then enters the room, flustered about his defeat, which means he will have to defend the title at Backlash against RVD. He feels screwed over, and therefore he goes to Vince for help. Vince isn't interested in helping Benjamin until Benjamin got on his knees and began to beg Mr. McMahon for help.
You know, I saw a light. And you know what? The light led me straight to this office.
I do kind of like people on their knees before me.
So the match between Shawn Michaels and Umaga. So Umaga enters first with his friend Alejandro. The commentators explain the mental state of Vince. Joey Styles and the King are disgusted by Vince's actions, but Coach, however, is a follower of McMahonism.
See, Umaga's strength and durability stat is quite superior in comparison to Shawn's, according to the SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. In addition, Umaga's power level is still a mystery in Shawn's perspective, thus busting his stats even higher.
Alright, so as expected, Vince is back again and he grabs a chair. He plants it as well as himself to kind of observe the outcome of the match. And while Shawn did activate his kick-up ability, which regenerates his health, he was still no match against the Samoan Bulldozer. He eventually gets thrown upside down into the corner turnbuckle. As Umaga's rage passive got way too out of hand, he pushed the referee out of the way, resulting in disqualification. But this didn't stop Umaga, as he is an unstoppable being that means no ends to the destruction of his opponent. He uses his signature, the Samoan Spike, which did critical damage to Shawn Michaels, thus incapacitating him.
Get the hell out of my ring. I'm gonna finish Shawn Michaels off myself.
He ties Shawn up to the ropes, and he casually walks outside and grabs the chair he was once sitting on. He tries to head up towards the ring until an explosion occurred. McMahon looks confused, but angrily tries again at a different angle. Another explosion erupts. Frightened and deceived, he starts to manically exit the facility.
At the entrance, his anger pours over and he does a final rush, which results in an even bigger explosion, which is comparable to the pyrotechnics that's used in cage entrances. Give me what I could never. Oh my god, I fucking already started it. McMahon then leaves the arena.
We're in America where we can practice our freedoms. Freedom of speech, which I'm enjoying at this moment.